Time to update a few things after Bob's video on the signal tracer. Good evening, YouTube. It is 8:04 in the evening on this Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday. I wanted to share with you a couple of things. Well, at least one thing. I can't remember if I got something else or not, but this is one thing I got in the mail yesterday. Now, these pin sockets, I guess is what you call them. These are the ones Bob shared with us not too long ago. I went ahead and ordered some from China. And what I'm going to do with these is put these in where the transistor is at. And that way I can substitute if I need to. And nothing against Bob's wisdom. But after his little problem with the J109s, I thought, well, you know, they came in. I had planned on using these from the start, actually. They just hadn't come in yet. So they have come in now. So I'll go ahead and put those in. And I've got to remove a couple of resistors and the transistor, obviously. And that would be this 3.3 K ohm resistor here. And the 15 K there that gets removed. Now Bob's sending me a 13 K for this, and I have the 4.3, so I'll probably put a 4.3 back in. And like I said, I'll remove the transistor and get that ready for the J310 coming from Bob. And I appreciate that very much, Bob. So that's what I'm going to be doing here this evening. And I will do that and bring you back when I have it done and show you the changes I made. And like I say, the back side of this is here's the I believe that's the transistor. No, here's the transistor right here, because I've got these big long ones. This would be the gate side. This would be the drain side. This would be the source. So I need to get those out and go ahead and remove the end of the resistor there and get that out. So let me do that, and we'll come back in just a little bit and show you what we did. Alright, back with you again. It's 9:05 now. Took me a little bit to get all this done. See the transistor socket in there now. This will be our drain, source, and our gate. Yeah, this is where the transistor or the resistor will go in between the diode and the drain. So that's where that's got to go. And the rest of it's in. I had the 4.3 what is it? Resistor? I'll be alright. For yellow, red, and oh, wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Yellow, green, red. There we go. I couldn't get the right combination in there, but yeah, yellow, orange, and red is what it is. Did I say green before? I think I did. Anyway, that's a 4.3. I measured each one. I had 4 of them, or 5 of them, I think. This was the closest to 4.3. I think it was measured 4.25, so that's close enough. So that's in there. All the back is soldered except for the right here. Let's see, I believe between here and here is where the resistor goes. Now I may have to, it may not fit in there. I may have to go over to here to here or something like that and then bring it over. But that's where it's going to be. So that will work out all right. Like I said, that's not a very fancy soldering job this time, but it's soldered good, so that's all I care about. Here's your end of the, this is the end of, I ended up taking the electrolytic capacitor out by mistake. And here's the, I think this is the resistor over here on this side. Nope, that's what got me confused before. This is the cap over here, and this is the resistor. So they are both soldered in, no good now, so that will work rather well, I do believe. So I told Bob, I just sent him a picture and said, I'm just waiting on the J310 and the resistor, and this thing will be ready to test. So I really like those little sockets. I think those are going to come in handy for me because it's just much easier to plug those in there. Plus, it doesn't have any. You don't have any heat on the transistors, and you know that way you don't have to put heat. And same thing with these chips. That's why I like to use the sockets on the chips too. So, anywho, that's that. Now I haven't obviously put the rest of it in. I've got my switches ordered. Now I ordered double pole, double throw switches, but the ones I'm getting have a center off. Now that won't make this go off, but it's still, for another project I'm working on, that's what I wanted. I needed some like that rather than buy double throw or double pole triple throw, I think is what they were. They work the same way because they just needed a center off, so what they needed. So those will work good for that. I'll let you know more about that when the time comes. And so Bob's going to build it too, obviously. Or not obviously, but I mean, he's building it also. In fact, he'll probably get his built before I do because I don't have the switches and I don't have the IC that I need. So I have the LM386s and LM380s, but I don't have that other one that goes with it. It's a little op amp. So that will be coming. It's been ordered from DigiKey and it's been shipped, so it'll be here by the end of the week for sure. That's the way they operate pretty good out there at DigiKey. I really like to get stuff there if I can at all because it just it's fast, and you know, that's the way I feel about that. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. It's 9:09 now in the evening. I haven't heard anything about Bob. He may have fell asleep. He had a rough day today, working on that video all day, and had to go to the library and do some copying and stuff like that. Bob puts a lot of efforts into his videos. You know, you know, you guys may not think that, but he does. He does a lot of research and stuff like that too. So anyway, I saw what he meant about the schematic. I saw that before, and I wondered about that, if that was a substitution, but I didn't say anything because I'm not the expert on stuff like that. That doesn't put any pressure on it, does you, Bob? You know, it's one of those things. He does know a lot more than I do about stuff like this, so I try to defer to him as much as possible. You know, just like he said, I said, hey, fix it. I got a kick out of that. You know, it was just funny. Like I said, we kid each other, we joke, and it's a lot, all in good fun. But like I said, I do appreciate all his help and stuff like that on this and stuff like that. I do have an updated schematic. Now, there's no change to this or the other one, as a matter of fact, whichever one you're using. Back up a little bit. The layout is obviously just the same. The gate, the drain source gate on the Q or the J310 is exactly the same as this. So the only thing that you need to do is change that and this resistor into this resistor. This has to be a 4.3. This is a 13K, and he was not shocked that I didn't have any 13Ks because I don't really stock 13Ks. I could take a 1 and a 12 and put it together and make it, but I don't have any 13Ks. So anyway, that's the only two changes you have to make is the transistor and the two resistors, and so that's you know, the circuit is the same. And like I said, I updated the schematic with the proper values. With R3 is or R5 is 4.3, R6 is 13K, and of course the J109 is J310 now, and I've done away with that or any other. I don't think that ever really applied, but so anyway, that's about that. And like I say, I will post this the updated one here on this video, and you can see and do a screenshot if you want, or you know, like I say, you can ask me and I'll send you a copy of it. It's no big deal. But that's the changes, so those are easy enough to change on yours if you want. Dave, I hope this didn't cause you much trouble there. I was very pleasantly pleased. I see in a video of yours today, and I hope we get to see a lot more of you out there in Canada, up there in Canada, wherever that is. And like I said, it looks like you're got a good little project going, and I hope this one here turns out to be a good one too. And so that's that. You guys, I've been busy today too, working on another, like I said, another project, another layout that I'm working on. I got it done. Of course, Bob had to tell me where I made my mistake, but other than that, you know, I try to check best I can, but you know, it's just things like that. You make mistakes sometimes. And so anyway, that's that. You guys have a pleasant evening. Do really appreciate you watching, and we will see you.